Won't you stop? Does it ring tight or not? Round our voices that rejoice and stand for peace. Won't you stop?
Strings to the Community was designed to meet two community outreach needs. The first was to take these amazing musicians into schools and see how students might be inspired with an up-close encounter with the really great musician in their classroom. And the second was something along the lines of a concert experiment in impromptu music, using a blend of East and West, male and female, guitar and oud. For the guitar component, we arranged to bring in Peter Maier and his musically gifted son, Brendan. Peter's an exceptionally gifted, world-renowned guitarist, singer, composer, and songwriter, and he's been with Jimmy Buffett's band for nearly 20 years. He also coordinates several independent tours with his own group called the Peter Maier Group, and he's released numerous albums on his label Little Flock. On the oud side, we wanted someone who had local experience, and we were really fortunate to discover Shireen Tohamy at Beitar in Abu Dhabi. Shireen is not only an incredible teacher of the oud, she's a phenomenally gifted oud player, and she has composed many original pieces and released several independent solo albums.
Nice, woo, yeah, that's beautiful.
For the first outreach component, we introduced Peter and his son Brendan to several local schools in both Abu Dhabi and Al Ain, where they gave a variety of in-school concerts alongside some classes in guitar and songwriting. And many of these students had never been exposed to a live performance of Western music, and the receptivity level of the students was just off the charts.
But maybe if you're a jazz artist, it'd be
You are what you are. You dream what you dream. Play on your guitar for me. Play me a serenade. Oh, a lover's masquerade. Play on your blue guitar.
that would be a little more jazzy. But that didn't fit either. So our voice fit.
You are what you are.
Okay, but it's kind of cool because whatever your voice, you can find the style, you can develop, you can practice the music that you really, really love. Brendan's got a different voice than I've got, but we both come from the same family, and so there's similarities. So we harmonize well together, but he chooses different styles than I do. You'll hear that in his music. You ready?
Don't let tomorrow find you wishing. Boy, you got a mission to shake it and rattle and roll. Oh, now use your intuition. You'll get this competition from the clock upon the wall.
The second outreach component involved a backyard concert at a VIP's home in Abu Dhabi. So we coordinated Peter and Sherine's schedule to allow them only to be superficially aware of each other's sound, but not enough to deliver a really refined product. We wanted it to be very impromptu. And the idea was that this concert would be more of like an introductory meeting, or maybe a conversation that you have with someone who has a similar background and maybe talents that you have, but the discovery is key. So as the conversation evolves, the concert evolves. The concert was so impromptu that we hadn't planned for the call to prayer. And as the concert began, so did the call, which necessitated that the artists and the music stop, so the whole concert stopped. And there was this beautiful moment in which everyone just paused to listen to the call of prayer waft over the concert, as if we were all listening to a higher intonation.
It was such a great opportunity to hear how Western music and Eastern music can be influenced by each other, and sometimes we can think things are so different, but there's a lot of commonalities, and just seeing the interaction and the dialogue that could happen between the two through the music was very, very, very cool.
The mix of East and West was just incredible. We had a great time.
I love Peter's love of music and his love of his son and his love of a fellow musician. What's not to love?
The fact that these people had only met, 10 days ago, and could pull this together and even play something without rehearsing, that's, to me, what a true musician is, right? That you can just play like that. It was beautiful.
I haven't been to a musical experience like that for a very long time. I think I was really impressed with how they integrated the different sounds, two different cultures coming together into something beautiful. Really impressed.
I've heard it before, but just to hear it mesh with just 6-string guitars, it was beautiful, amazing.
The introduction of every song he did, and the genius of Sherine is that. On the fly, she's just floating with it. And I don't know, it just was so magical. I had tears in my eyes. I could not stop.
I have heard the oud before, but I've never heard the oud and the guitar played, so beautifully together.
This was another way to get uncomfortable in the middle of a crazy busy life, and I'm so happy I did this.
But then the reception here.
It's changed my life.
Wake up, girl, listen, we got to go now. Something's wrong